Good morning, students. Let me introduce myself. I am C.G. Lakshmi Prasad, Assistant Professor of English, working at Government Degree College, Atmakor, Vanaparthi District, Telangana State. Today, we're going to learn about jargon. Also, it can be called as technical vocabulary. And there are so many jargons like legal jargon, medical jargon, which means first let us try to understand what is jargon. Every profession has its own vocabulary, and it would be understood only by the peers of such professionals, and it may be very difficult for other professionals or normal people to understand that language. For example, let us see here. Need RAM and HDD for URL from my IP, but not sure if the HTML is HTTP or HTTPS, but the ISP has an SSL impact CPU. See, it is totally Greek and Latin for us, but it is a jargon of computer applications or computer software engineers. And for us, it's very difficult. We don't understand. I understand only one RAM and HDD, URL, IP, but I don't get it full. The meaning of the sentence, it's very difficult. And in the same way, legal vocabulary also. Lawyers and judges, they speak language which is very difficult for the common people to understand. So let us now try to understand what is technical vocabulary or jargon. Technical vocabulary, also called jargon, is a set of words and phrases that is used mainly in specific academic or professional field. Like I told you, legal jargon, computer software jargon, like that. Oxford Dictionary defines jargon as special words or expressions used by a profession or group that are difficult for others to understand. So it's very difficult for others to understand. For example, legal jargon. For example, when people working with computers and software use terms like chip, byte, cookie, bug, virus, etc., the words have a meaning that is different from their general meaning. Like if we say virus, it has some meaning, but for computer software engineer, the meaning of virus is totally different. Even the meaning of bug is totally different. Cookie, we know cookie means a biscuit, but for them it is different. Byte, chip, all those things are different for them, and they have their own meanings. Such vocabulary is called jargon. Experts in every field use jargon as a kind of shorthand to communicate with their peers. So this language is used to communicate with their peers. That means say in the same profession. Since every discipline has its own specialized vocabulary, it would be impossible to know or master the jargon of all domains. And we cannot master all the jargon of all the domains. It's very difficult. Hence, we will look at some words that are used in the fields of business and media. In this video, we are going to learn not fully, to some extent, the main jargon of business and media. Media includes print media and visual media. There, what kind of vocabulary they use, that we are going to see in this video. It is not grammar as such, it is only improvement of a vocabulary. So I have as a strategy to teach you, there are no rules or such things to teach you. Have taken exhaustive many examples, okay, so that we can discuss and we can learn and we can try to get that vocabulary, learn that vocabulary. Okay, first I have taken up business jargon, that is business technical vocabulary. Let us see agenda. Agenda is a common word which many people use, not only in business, even outside also it is. So it means the same written list of points to be discussed in a meeting. Before the meeting commences, we prepare an agenda where the main points that has to be discussed in the meeting is listed. that is called agenda. Attendee, the one who attends a meeting. Okay, it's also common word. Bid, see, it is a special word. The price a buyer is willing to offer for shares in a company. Okay, shares. You know about the shares and debentures. Okay, so shares are sold by the company, and we buy them. And sometimes they auction the shares. That time, the buyer is willing. The buyer, quotes some bid, quotes some price. That is called a bid. Then billboard. Billboard means a signboard for advertising posters. It is billboard is very common in American English, but now business English means American English only. Blue chip stocks, stocks of leading companies that have stable growth and earnings. Blue chip stocks. When when we experience volatility in the stock market, people go for blue chip stocks. That means the very big companies where the volatility of the shares is minimum. Okay, you may not earn much profit, but you do not lose. You do not experience any losses. Such stocks are called blue chip stocks. And when you want to invest in share market, it is advised. It is advised that you should at least have 40% of shares in blue chip stocks so that you don't lose much money in case of volatility. Capital. Capital means money and other property of companies used in business transaction. That's total investment. Okay, is called capital. Capital stock. All shares representing the ownership of a company. All the shares of a company is called capital stock. Casting vote. An extra vote. Usually when there is a general body meeting, an extra vote usually cast by a chairperson to decide an issue when the votes on each side are equal. And when an issue is raised, no, they go for voting, and the voting is equal on both the sides. Then chairman can cast his vote. That is called casting vote. Conference call. Conference call means one now many of us know a telephone call between three or more people in different place. Consensus. Consensus means agreement, general agreement between maybe two companies or three companies or within an issue. Okay, in a meeting, they come to a consensus and they agree upon some issue. That's called consensus. Then dividend. Dividend means a part of company's earnings paid to the shareholders on a quarterly or annually. Usually, you buy shares or debentures, and the profit is shared among the shareholders. Okay, that is called dividend. The profit they give you is called dividend. Equity, the value of stocks and shares. The value of no, the total stocks is called equity. Fringe benefits. Fringe benefits mean advantages offered in addition to salary, such as life insurance, retirement schemes, etc., to the employees. iConference, a meeting conducted through internet. Now we have many names. Maybe it is old. Now it has become archaic. Okay, iConference. Now we don't need a internet. Not just internet. We have many platforms where we can have a meeting online. Online meeting. Jingle, a catchy tune used to promote a product. Usually, while advertising, they they use some jingle like music, and they promote that to promote that product. They use that jingle. Liabilities, debts and obligations of a company or an individual. That means you have uh, you know um, liabilities means that you owe some money. That is called liabilities. Minutes, a written summary of the proceedings at a meeting. While the meeting is going on, the main points are taken down. Okay, and those points are shared among the members of the meeting, and you take signature. That's called minutes. Negotiate, discussing a business deal in order to reach an agreement. Okay, in order to reach an agreement, you negotiate with the party. Okay, you know bargain. That is called a kind of negotiation. Portfolio, various types of securities held by an individual or an institution. Suppose you are on share market, you don't buy just one company's shares. You buy many company shares, many companies, debentures. So that the whole list of your investment is called portfolio. Securities, transferable certificates showing ownership of stocks, bonds, shares, options, etc. That is securities. That means when you want some money, you give them as securities to the bank. Then signposting language, catchy phrase used to help focus the audience's attention on different parts of presentation. Then speculator, someone who buys and sells stocks and shares by assuming the profit through changes in their value. That means he thinks that the share value is going to rise, so immediately he buys those shares. Okay, and tomorrow what happens? We don't know, but he speculates that he may get profit. Such person is called speculator. Take on, employ or hire. You take on somebody means you are giving an employment. Tender, a written offer to execute work or supply goods at a fixed price. Then turnkey, equipment ready for use or operation. Then USP, unique selling proposition, a declaration of what makes a product different. Usually every company wants to sell their product and they say our product is totally different from other products. Okay, that unique selling proposition is called USP. Venture capital, money raised by companies to finance new ventures in exchange for percentage ownership. That is, they invest their profits in some other ventures. That is called venture capital. HR, human resources relating to companies employees. HR manager we say. PR manager. PR means public relations, role related to relations with the press and public. Cold call, many of us have experience, but maybe we do not know what the meaning of it, but we know what cold call is. Call from a sales representative to a potential customer. Considered nuisance call by the customers. Usually you get calls from banks. Okay, sir, you got pre-approved loan. Okay, are you interested? You can take. We are offering loan on very low interest rate. Okay, paperless loan, all those things. Such calls are called cold calls. And then we have some exercises. We have some exercises here. Fill in the blanks with the correct option. So options are given here. We have to choose the correct option. To make an informed choice is to make a dash choice, wise choice or neutral choice. Informed choice means it should be wise choice. The company wants to assess the dash of the age, income, etc. of their customer base. Democracy or demographics. Democracy means we know it is something related to politics or political science. Demographics means in a given area, how many women are there, how many men are there, or age group. Okay, what age group people are there, how many people are there, how many young people are there, how many old people are there. That data analysis is called demographics. The company's mission is to provide high quality educational services. Machine mission. Machine means, the apparatus, the washing machine, something like that. Mission means some, you go to some place on some mission. That means with some objective to fulfill, like, Christian missionaries, we say. That means, when Europeans came to India, their mission was to spread the Christianity. That's why they called missionaries. Missionaries. In the same way, the company's mission, that means their objective, is to provide high quality educational services. In the same way, every institution should have, mission and vision. Mission, that means what you want to achieve. What is your target? That is called mission. A white paper is an authoritative document. Authoritative and authentic. Which one is correct? Authoritative is correct. Inventory is a supply of goods a company has for sale. Inventory means a list of goods available. Very simple. You go to mall, um, they maintain the inventory. That means what stock is available and how much it is available. They have a software. Just if you click on inventory, the whole items will be listed there, and they know which item has very less quantity, and immediately they go for ordering that one. When something is on someone's radar, it means that the person is aware of something. Radar means you're getting information. Usually, not someone's radar. On someone's radar means aware of something. A pilot or aware of something. Aware of something is correct one. To hammer out a deal is to reach a deal. Hammer out means you nail down. That means reach a deal. You come to conclusion. To accept the first offer is to accept the first bidding. Initial bid or first bidding. First bidding. Then if talks are at a standstill, it means that there is no progress. Standstill, it is direct meaning. No progress. No danger, no progress. No progress. The talks have come to standstill, means there is no progress. Nobody is talking. If you take ownership of a task, it means you are responsible for it. Okay, this is also direct, responsible for it or at risk. In corporate jargon, action items mean things that have to be done. Action items, items, action. Usually we know action means, suppose if you go to film jargon, action means they have to start, action. Here action means what are the things that you do in office? That's called action. Action items means the list of items that you have to do on that day. That's called action items. If you upfront, it means you pay in advance. Upfront, at the front, upfront. You suppose you take a loan from bank and you pay in advance. That is called upfront. If everyone is on board, it means that they all agree to a proposal. On board means they all agreed. They came on board. To get ball rolling is to start something. Get the ball rolling means to start something. Going or rolling. Rolling is correct one. A vendor is one who supplies goods. Vendor, vandal. Vendor. Vendor is correct one. Then we come to media jargon. Broadsheet. Media jargon means a press media or a visual media, whatever it is. Okay. First, let us come to media jargon. Broadsheet. Broadsheet means a newspaper printed in a large format. It's called broadsheet. Circulation. Number of newspapers or magazines sold over a specific period of time. We tell, no, this paper has this much circulation, 1 lakh circulation, 2 lakh circulation. That means in a day or in a month or in a year, how many papers are sold. Classifieds. Classified means small advertisement in newspapers or magazines, um, divided into categories. Usually on Sunday paper, you'll see classifieds. It means, property is available for sale, or the house for rent. Such small advertisements, so just 2 or 3 lines. That are called classifieds. Commercial means advertisement. Very simple. Advertisement on radio or television. Double page spread. Advertisement printed across 2 pages in a newspaper or magazine. Double page spread means it's again advertisement spread over 2 pages. It's a very big advertisement. Editing. Reviewing or rewriting in order to make the content suitable for publication. Editing, reporter sends the news and the editor edits it and then goes for printing. Eye catcher. Something that particularly attracts one attention. Mass media. The main means of mass communication, newspapers, TV, radio, all that are called mass media. Now we have social media. Social media is different from mass media. Mass media means visual media, print media, all together called mass media. Plug. Plug means favorable publicity in the media for a commercial product. Example, a book. Okay, suppose you want to means newspapers give publicity in a way that it is not advertisement. They write an article on some book. That's a kind of publicity. That's called plug. Prime time. Hours on radio and TV with the largest audience usually in the evening. Prime time news we say. So usually at what time people you watch TV most? That is called prime time. Promote. Using advertising and publicity to increase sales of product. Okay, using advertising or publicity, whatever the means. Okay, you want to promote that. You may conduct a meeting, you may conduct some program in order to promote your product. Slot means specific time in a broadcasting schedule allotted for a commercial. For advertisement, they allot slots. Okay, prime time slots, normal slots, and the prime time slots will have very they may be very costly like that. Soundbite means short extract from a recorded interview or speech. Spot, position of a commercial in a radio program or TV schedule. Then tabloid, newspaper printed in small format, usually with a lot of photographs. Usually these tabloids are printed in city newspapers, evening newspapers. Reach, number of unique people who have been served your advertisement. Okay, how many people have reached, for how many people the advertisement is reached, that is called reach. Docudrama, a film dramatization based on fact that combines documentary or fictional elements. So it's docudrama means it's a combination of a documentary plus drama. It is a documentary, but they use a fictional characters so that it looks like drama. Okay, but there is a fact in that. Flack, an organized attempt to influence media content, which can take the form of letters, phone calls, petitions, lawsuits, and legislation. People usually write letters to newspapers and so as to influence media content. That's called flag. Genre, not genre, genre, a category of media text characterized by a particular style, form of content. That means that different genres are there. Even literature, we have poetry is one kind of genre. Within the poetry, we have many genres, and a novel is a kind of genre, and the epic is a kind of genre. Like that, in the even media also, they have different kinds of genres. Then mass media, I think we have already read. Once again, it repeated. I think mass media refers to those media that are designed to be considered by large audience through the agencies of mass means media for media for large people. So usually it can be radio. It was once upon a time it was only a radio. Then came print media. First print media, then radio, then TV. Now we have internet media has become social media. Okay, then narrative, how the plot or a story is told in a media text. Narrative is a coherent sequencing of events across time and space. Narrative is nothing but the meaning of narrative is story. So when something happened, some accident or something happened, they narrate that. That's called narrative. Production, the industrial process of creating media text, as well as the people who are engaged in this process. Text means not actually text, it can be video as well. We The main content, we can say, the industrial process of creating media. Media means media text means it can be video or it can be print or it can be audio or whatever it is. That is called text. As well as text again is a jargon of media. People who are engaged in this process. See, a text is there. See, the individual results of media production. A movie, it can be a movie, it can be a TV episode, it can be a book, an issue, if a of a magazine or newspaper, an advertisement, an album, etc. All these called text. But in usual text means difference. But in media meaning of text is different. Word of mouth, informal way in which media products become known by audience. Okay, that means now something spreads across the people. Okay, that is called word of mouth. Agenda setting, the ability of the media to tell people what and whom to talk and think about. Audience, the group of consumers for whom the media text was constructed. Okay, audience means for whom it is constructed, for whom it is meant. Branding, the process by which a commodity in the marketplace is known primarily for the image it projects rather than any actual quality. That means branding means, we have so many brands. The product, sometimes if it is released with some brand, in the probability of getting marketing is more. Okay, for example, Tata is a brand name. If you release anything from Tata, there will be a sure success. Suppose if there is no brand, even if your product is highly, even if your product is high quality, people may not buy. They don't believe it. So branding again is very important in this one. Then censorship. The practice of suppressing a text or part of text is considered objectionable according to certain standards. For example, censorship is usually used in film. This one, you take a movie or you take an advertise. Even advertisements are censored. Okay, that's why it is here, and they go for censorship, censor certificate. They watch the movie and they see if there is an objectionable material, and they cut that and they give certificate. Consumers, the audience for whom commercial media text is constructed, and who responds to the text with commercial activity. Like, audience. The consumers is nothing but audience. Convergence, the merging of previously separated communication industries such as publishing, computers, film, music, and broadcasting, made possible by advances in technology. That is, mixing of print media, visual media, and all other, various types of medias with the advanced technology. Okay, now you can read newspaper on your mobile phone. Okay, you don't need to buy newspaper at all. Avatar is visual representation of a person for use in digital context. It's like your photo. Okay, but a digital, it's not your real photo. uh, that's called avatar. Bio means short for biography. Blog, blog is a type of digital publication in which one or more authors regularly post content. Blog is it's a mixture of two words, web plus log, web blog. Boosted post, a boosted post is a form of social media advertising in which a brand pays to show a social post to people who do not already follow the brand social accounts. So boosted post means you post something in your Facebook or Twitter, and Facebook takes responsibility to boost your post. For that, you have to pay some money. Here some exercises are there. Let us see. Match the words in the box with their meanings. Here 5 words are given. Actually 15 words are there, but since all the 15 cannot be shown in one screen, one slide, I have divided it into 3 parts. Column, paparazzi, network, phone in, yellow journalism. First one, a group of associated television or radio channels is called network. Okay. A photographer who follows celebrities in order to photograph them and sell the pictures to newspapers or magazines. These are private photographers. They follow usually, heroes, heroines, and they take their photos and sell them to newspapers. It's called paparazzi. Okay. The term used to describe sensational news reporting is called yellow journalism. We hear this many times, yellow journalism. A radio or television program where listeners or viewers telephone the studio and participate in the program is called phone-in program. Okay, we know about it. A recurring piece of article in a newspaper or magazine is called column, editorial column, crime column, like that. A repetition every day, a story is published under that column. Then editorial, talking heads, talk show, investigative journalism, sitcom. The use of detective-like reporting methods to unearth the scandals is called investigative journalism. A serial television or radio drama dealing with daily events in the lives of the same group of characters is called sitcom. Serial television. It's a serial. A radio drama dealing with the daily events in the lives of the same group of characters is called sitcom. A shot of person's face talking directly to the camera, talking heads. Okay, like news readers and they now using digital talking heads. Okay, instead of people. A television or radio program in which stars and celebrities are invited to talk informally about various topics. This is called talk show. An article presenting the opinion of the editors or publishers is called editorial. Every day newspaper we have an editorial. Then flyer, advert, soap opera, propaganda, trial balloons. A comedy program based on everyday experiences is called soap opera. It's again a kind of program, comedy programs. Commercial promotion of a product or service, advert. Information leaked to determine what the political reaction will be, trial balloons. Usually when the government wants to take up some issue, they give you a leak and see the pulse of the people. If it is positive, they immediately take up that issue. That's called trial balloons. A small printed notice or advertisement is called flyer. The dissemination of information aimed at influencing the opinions or behaviors of large number of people are called propaganda. Advertising. Propaganda is nothing but advertising. Some more exercises. Fill in the blanks with the correct option. A written offer to execute work or supply of goods at a certain price is called tender. Okay, rate or tender. Tender. A written summary of the proceedings at a meeting is called minutes. Already we have learned that one. There is a consensus among bidders means general agreement. A signboard for advertising posters is called billboard. Then written list of points to be discussed. Okay. And the meeting is called agenda, not notice. Small advertisement in newspapers or magazines divided into categories are called classifieds. Tell you small advertisements. Next one. Something that particularly attracts one attention is called eye catcher. Not important news. Hours on radio and TV with the largest audience usually in the evening is called prime time. Specific time in broadcasting schedule allotted to commercial individual is called slot. Then short extraction from a recorded interview or speech is called soundbite. The average number of copies of newspapers or magazines sold over a specific period of time is called circulation. Next one. A meeting conducted through the internet is called iConference. The newspaper printed in small format, usually with a lot of photographs, is called tabloid. All shares representing the ownership of a company is called capital stock. The price a buyer is willing to offer for shares in company is called bid. Then again some more exercise. Liabilities, promote, capital, equity, securities. Transferable certificates showing ownership of stocks, bonds, shares, options, etc. is called securities. Next, debts and obligations of a company or an individual is called liabilities. Using advertising and publicity to increase sales of a product is called promote. You promote your product. The value of stocks and shares, equity. Money and other property companies used in a business transaction is called capital. Then mass media, commercial, take on, broadsheet, venture capital. Advertisement on radio or television is called commercial. The main means of mass communication, newspapers, TV and radio is called mass media. That means it reaches the mass, it reaches a large number of people. That's why it is called mass media. Whereas social media is different. The newspaper printed in a large format is called broadsheet. Money raised by companies to finance new ventures in exchange for percentage ownership, venture capital. To employ or hire, that means take on. Then negotiate, editing, dividend, USP, fringe benefits. Unique selling proposition, a declaration of what makes a product different, that is USP. Advantages offered in addition to salary, such as life insurance, retirement scheme, company car, etc., is called fringe benefits. Then reviewing or rewriting in order to make the content suitable for publication is called editing. A part of company's earnings that is paid to the shareholders, stockholders on a quarterly or annual basis is called dividend. Discussing a business deal in order to reach an agreement is called a negotiate. Okay, I think we have examined many words pertaining to media and business vocabulary, and I will do one more video on the same topic, but different, like film vocabulary and literary vocabulary. They are also very interesting topics where we have to learn many words, like what is epic. Okay, these are literary vocabularies. And media vocabulary. Now, media vocabulary also, you can find many vocabulary. In order to improve your vocabulary, these are the ways with which you can improve your vocabulary. Okay, you can learn new words by the jargon. Suppose you go to court, the lawyers are using different kinds of words. They're very difficult for ordinary people to understand. In the same way, you go to doctors. Doctors also use different kinds of vocabulary. It's very difficult for the people to understand, common people to understand. In that way, we have different professions and they use different words, even among the doctors. Okay, for example, dentists may have different jargon, and cardiologists may have different jargons. In the same way, you go to some electrician, okay, some software engineer, and they have their different vocabulary. So we cannot learn all the words. English has lakhs of words. We cannot learn all of them, but at least to some extent, you should know little about everything. You should know little about everything. That's what I believe in. You may not know everything. You cannot become jack of all, but at least you should become. You should know little of something, of everything. That then only you can be called as a scholar. Then only you can say that I have mastered English. Nobody can say so. Even I cannot say that I have mastered English. Still learning. Even through this video, I have learned so many words. To be frank, even I do not know some words. It's a sincere appeal that everyone should be learning throughout their life. Okay, particularly language is ever changing. Language itself is changing. So in order to pick the language, you have to learn every day. Then only you can, then only you can say that I have learned something. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Okay, you cannot say that I have learned everything. It's easy. I can do that. It's not that. You have to learn. Then only you can master your this one. Otherwise, it's not so easy. It's not so. That's why I appeal all the students to learn vocabulary on the daily basis. You take a notebook, and it's very important. You uh, you read the newspaper. There you can pick up so many words from different domains. Different domains. Suppose there is a report on some criminal case. There you can pick up some words from legal words. There is a report on some medical hospital or something, operation or something. There you can pick up some words, medical jargon. Like that, if there is something on a report on project, there you can pick up some engineering words. All those things you have to note down and try to use them. At least you should make them passive vocabulary. I'll tell you what is active vocabulary and passive vocabulary. Active vocabulary means the words which you can use them in your own words. Actually, in order to speak in English, you don't need to learn so many words. At least if you know some maximum 4,000 words, you are the master in speaking. Okay. Passive vocabulary, you may have thousands and lakhs of words, which you may not actually use them while you are talking. But when it come across while you are reading, you can understand them from the context. That is called passive vocabulary. So in order to improve your writing skills and reading skills, you have to expand your passive vocabulary. In order to improve your spoken skills, you have to expand your what is it, active vocabulary. Both are very important. Okay, not that you should expand only your active vocabulary, you should even expand your passive vocabulary. For that, improving passive vocabulary, you have to cultivate habit of reading. Okay, what I used to do is that, when I entered into graduation, okay, I was very poor in English speaking particularly. So what I did was newspaper reading. I am not very fond of. I was not very fond of reading newspapers, but I was very fond of reading stories. I used to read many stories, but till then I used to read stories in Telugu. Then I shifted to English. I started reading stories in English. Okay, every day I used to read at least some 100 to 200 pages. Okay, so slowly I improved my active vocabulary as well as passive vocabulary, and within few months I was able to speak, I was able to write good English. Okay, and even I used to write my diary. Okay, so that to improve your vocabulary, you should practice. Not just if you learn, it's not enough. You should try them while speaking or while writing, then only you can improve your vocabulary. That's all things that you have to do. Okay, thank you very much. We will have many videos on this vocabulary and grammar. Hope you are liking my videos. Hope you like my videos. And if you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And also share my videos to your friends, so that they also get benefit out of it. Thank you very much.